Robert, the latest Manchester United news, we'll be talking the shock move for KVARATSKHELIA, we'll be talking about Pablo Barrios, Kalulu, Wharton, Anthony Robertson, the managerial situation, Elliot Anderson, Alex Scott, Tavernier, Balde. We'll go through all the latest news that's come out. The first thing we'll start off by talking about is Manchester United could make a surprise move for KVARATSKHELIA. That is what's come out. Listen, the source that has come from is transfer.com, which is not the most reliable, but ultimately, United are in the market for a left winger, we know that, and I think the left winger market is something where United have to really kind of look at bringing in a player. I think Cunha's not a left winger, a natural left winger, and he likes to drift inside. If you're talking about left winger, KVARATSKHELIA is the best one. He can play off the left, can play off the right. He's absolutely fantastic. He's 25 years of age. I think he's got a contract till 2029. He only joined PSG in January last year, so listen, I don't know if he'd be on the move, but in terms of like creme de la creme, top level midfielder, he is the one that you go out and get. He's, as I said, 25, left foot, right foot, technically ridiculous. Like, he's fantastic. I liked him when he was at Napoli. It was ridiculous. I think he went for like 40 mil to PSG. For me, he would be the ideal choice as a left winger in terms of there's not many profiles like him. But again, PSG, why would you leave? Similar to when I talked about today, Nuno Mendes. Why would you leave PSG? I think he is definitely a quality player. He's got a lot of kind of good traits that you would see in a top level United player. And yeah, I'd really do want him at the club. Is it going to happen? No. He's a dream level left winger. In terms of other left wingers, there's not really many out there. Potentially Rafael Leao. And then you're looking at options like Yan Diomande. I know Semenyo was someone who was United heavily chased. But KVARATSKHELIA is a different option. Again, he's probably going to cost you north of 90 to 100 million pound, which I don't think is something that United have. But I think it's something that United can definitely look at as an option. We are in the market for a left winger. I think the focus is going to be on the midfield this summer. And that's why I just don't think we'll spend that money on the midfielder. But he is definitely someone to keep an eye out on. Manchester United have to qualify for the Champions League if they want any chance of signing Anderson or Wharton. Anderson is of interest to United, but well-placed sources say they would not be able to compete with front-runners Man City unless they are in the Champions League. And I think that's something that makes a lot of sense. If United are not in the Champions League, we won't be able to kind of attract players like Wharton and Baleba. And Anderson. I think Champions League football is a key for these sort of top level players because they will have so many clubs interested in signing them. And I think in terms of a football basis, we know United are on that trajectory, hopefully going forward. If we can qualify for Champions League football, that would be a massive positive, and something where the club will be seen moving in a positive direction, which is key. But yeah, I think that's something that we've known. Champions League football is a key for securing top level players because listen, Anderson has been linked to City. The projects right now is better. They're challenging for Premier League and Champions League. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Now, the next thing, Manchester United are targeting Anthony Robertson from Fulham with a 25 million move reportedly on the table for the summer. Now listen, I really do like Anthony Robertson. I think he's a very, very good player. He's more on the experience side, being 28 years of age, but I think he is a very, very good player. I think he's got a lot of quality. He's very, very good. I think maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago is someone that sort of you go out and get. I think his injury sort of history is quite of a concern. He has missed a lot of games. I mean, on his form, he's fantastic. I mean, this season alone, he's had quite a few knee problems. He's had a knock. He missed quite. I mean, not the most he's missed in the last sort of 7 or 8 seasons has been 89 days where he had knee surgery, and that was across the summer, I believe. But listen, for me, he's definitely someone I'd look at. I think a lot of quality there. It's on more the experience side, which is good. He's got Premier experience. His contract expires in 2028. But again, I don't know if he's someone that's open for the move. I think certainly £25 million, a decent bit of money. You can definitely get a decent quality player for that, and that's what Robinson is. I think he's someone who is a very, very good sort of attacking wise. Defensively might be a bit shaky, but I think he's someone who can put a good cross in. He's definitely someone I'd definitely look at in terms of bringing in for that left back position. I think he is a few years younger than Luke Shaw. I think 28 could be a bit of a kind of downside. But yeah, for £25 million, I mean, it's a pretty good choice, really. The next thing I want to talk about is Alex Scott. So Bournemouth, two players from Bournemouth, Alex Scott and Marcus Tavernier, had two players that have been identified. Now, first, Alex Scott. Listen, I think Alex Scott is a very good player. He's still young and up and coming and still learning his trade. I think he's someone who at Bournemouth has done a very good job. He's played quite a few games for them. He's 22 years of age, so relatively young. He's played at Bristol. He's someone I really do like. He's very good on the ball. He's got a lot of quality about him. Again, he'd be more of a cheaper option, him being 22, but he does have quite a bit of Prem experience, which is good. And it's something that we need. He has a contract until 2028. As I said, listen, we're not going to have 200 mil and go get Wharton, Baleba, Anderson and transform that midfield. I think that we are going to have to look at some cheap alternative priorities to bring in, whether that is Ethan Ampadu, Tyler Adams, who we've been linked to from Bournemouth, Alex Scott, João Gomez, these sorts of players that we're going to bring in, because just with the money, a Wharton or an Anderson or Tenardi, these sort of players are going to cost you £100 million, so we're not going to have enough money to reinvest and go get another £100 million player. So listen, I think he's definitely one for the future. I think he does have quality, and he's certainly someone I'd look at adding. Is he a priority? Probably not. Now, in terms of Tavernier, is he the best left winger in the world? No, he's not. I don't think he really plays off the left. He's kind of a right hand side, right 10 sort of player, so I don't know where that kind of link has come from. I think he definitely does have quality. We know that. Obviously, at Bournemouth, we are doing very, very poorly at the moment. Is he likely to leave? Potentially. He's one of those players who I think probably is a bit better than Bournemouth. No disrespect to them, but listen, Tavernier to United, probably not the calibre that you need to be challenging for Premier Leagues, Champions Leagues, and competing in the Champions League. Unfortunately, I think decent player for Bournemouth, and he's got a good strike on him, but I don't think United should go for him. Now, the last thing, we talked about this a few weeks ago, Alejandro Balde. Manchester United interested in signing Balde from Barcelona. The club are reportedly ready to offer around 34.6 million or considering a swap deal for Marcus Rashford. Now, what I would say about Balde, he is 22. He's come through the Barcelona academy. He's someone who has a lot of quality. Haven't watched him play a lot, but he's still a very, very raw talent. And I think in terms of, he is the sort of profile that you go for. He's young, he's up and coming, he's had a lot of experience in the Barcelona first team. Again, £30 million. I think he's a sort of risky. He's similar to Dorgu in the fact is, he's got experience. Like Dorgu barely had any experience. Balde is a bit different with the fact he does have experience, but he's young, he's up and coming, hasn't really developed into what he could be. And I think definitely someone that I'd look at as a left back option. Is he my number one priority? No, but I think he definitely does have a lot of traits that would make him a top level player. Again, contract until 2028. I think he has like £1 billion release clause. So I don't think anyone's paying that. But for £20 million, Barcelona. I don't know if United will go for it as a straight swap for Rashford, but we know United do want a left back this summer, and I talked about earlier today, Doof is someone I like, Lewis Hall, Theo Hernandez, Adrian Truffert. There are two more options I talked about today, Anthony Robertson and Balde. So listen, United are definitely in the market for a left back. Who they go out and get is still undecided, but we know United want a left winger, a left back, and two or potentially three midfielders. So let me know your thoughts in the comments.